Well, good day, viewers, and welcome to Noel's Garden Tractors and Firewood. And there we have a John Deere 1970 140H3, and it's been up for the last month of May. So today is June 1st. So we gotta flip the calendar and get ourselves a new picture for the month of June. So I'm gonna get a hold of this here while I can see if I got the right one here. But in the meantime, when I go to move this, I'll get you up here. So I'll have this all moved when you fellas can watch or get some eye exercises. Two exercises there. You just go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It helps the muscles in your eyes. All right, so we got the new picture up here for the month of June. This is quite a picture, this. And there we are, June, and this is Massey Ferguson related. There we go now. So there's the MF12 loader tractor, doing the hay, I guess you'd call it. Another thing I don't do anymore, anyway, that's kind of sad, but I used to cut that field, as if you saw in my video the other day where I cut the field with the Massey Ferguson 16. I used to kind of let it grow long and then cut it, and then I'd use this rake over here to rake it up into rows, and then I would use the loader tractor to push it all down into a pile. And this tractor here is the MF14. It's got the blade on the front of it, so it would push it up into a pile too, and then I could push up into it with the loader tractor and get a nice full bucket. Then I would take the stuff and just dump it over my sister-in-law's garden, and she would spread it around to help control the weeds. So anyway, that's another thing I don't do anymore. Used to be kind of fun, that. So yeah, today is June 1st, Sunday. And this is the Sunday afternoon fireside chat episode for June 1st. So, what have we got going on here today? Well, we have a wee little bit of a fire going because it's damp. Not necessarily cold, but damp. Don't like being damp. So, anyway, busy week, and it's going to be busy all summer by the looks of things. Things seem to be breaking faster than I can fix them, so. Oh boy, no rest for this old fella this summer, that's for sure. So let's go outside and we'll have a look out there, I guess. So I still got to do something with this wood yet, and I think I'm going to use that pallet and put it over maybe between here and here. And then whatever bits of wood I want to save, that stuff there, I'm going to set on that. But I am thinking about kind of making some sort of a fence out of those pieces that are on the pallet, just kind of, and in behind I'll take the trailer out and then I'll put pieces of board across there and just keep them spaced maybe that much and just go up every so often and just to kind of hide where the metal stuff is. And I may do the same thing for on the front of this. I may put up a couple of, one on the end and one on the middle and one on this end, and then put those boards across just to kind of hide the stuff that's there. Go back here, I guess. So I got the metal spot cleared up, and all the metal that I had here is over at my son's place in the bin, ready to be picked up tomorrow. So there's my new metal spot. So I've got, I had some old carpet in the mini barn there, so I rolled out the old carpet and then put those pallets on top of it, and I got it up on some 6x6s there, and then this end has got some concrete blocks, so there shouldn't be too much grow up through. And I've kind of got, I don't know why I kept the wheels, but anyway I did. So I've got this thing here, this yellow apparatus. It goes on the John Deere, or it used to, and I haven't used it in years either. And we have a couple of farm implements here, so linkages for underneath grunt. And then there's a snowblower attachment piece there. Over here is just some miscellaneous metals. And underneath the blue side cover there for an LGT tractor is some sheet metal. And then here we have some pieces of square tubing and stuff, and then some more round and square stuff inside the old heater here. Propane salinandy. And then there's a couple of legs there, heavy legs off of a propane convection oven. So that's what's going on there. Oh, and there's a couple of grates down there too, I guess. But anyway, that kind of cleaned that up, not too bad. And at least I can kind of know now what I got, and if I want something, I can get it, I guess. These two items I found are going to go up on the wall here, and then that ladder that's over there is going to hang on the side of the building here. So I've got a couple of days of work here yet to do. Anyway, it's coming along. Yeah, coming along. A lot less for my son to do when the time comes. Okay, so we'll go back in here, and what else are we going to talk about today now? Oh, we'll have a look at the weather, I guess, for a minute. Not a half bad day out today, but it kind of looks like it might rain, and sometimes it don't. So anyway, we're at 16 degrees Celsius at the moment, so the computer's still asleep, I guess. Oh, there we go. 60 degrees Fahrenheit, so yeah, and then 32 mile an hour wind. Yeah, it was kind of gusty this morning there, so. And so that would be 51 kilometers an hour. Yeah, it's kind of breezy. So then it does say 19, which it might get to, but might not. But chance of showers. So that's just exactly what it looks like today. And tomorrow's 19 and sunny, and then Tuesday's 20 and sunny. Wednesday's 22 and sunny. Thursday mix of sun and cloud and 25. Isn't that great? And the weekend is rain. Oh boy. Anyway, 22 and 18 degrees. That could all change because that's almost a week away. So we're kind of empty looking in here now. And I certainly don't. I certainly don't need any more tractors. That is for sure. Still trying to soak up the oil that the old case dropped out of it. There. There. So I got that spot there, a couple of little spots there that are mostly dried up. And then there's a big spot over here that is mostly dried up. But it's leak out 5 or 6 liters of oil, and there you go. So I posted a video this morning, I think it was, yeah, about the case pump, where it shows the little rubber gasket out through the side of the pump. So where the pump mates together, there is a gasket in there. Now let's see if I can turn the light on here and see if I can show you some of that. So this is the pump that was on the Case 224 tractor when I got it, and this is the reason why the tractor wasn't running. The fellow that owned it couldn't fix it, and he couldn't get a pump, and I don't know. And this fellow was really very, very, very knacky kind of a fellow. And it kind of surprises me that he didn't get it running. But anyway, so I bought the tractor basically for parts for the 446 tractor. Of course, once I got it home, I got thinking, well, maybe I can do something with it. So, and that's what I did. So I found a fellow in Ontario. He was selling Case parts, and he had a Case pump. And he had two of them. So I bought the two of them, and one of them is on the Case 224 right now, and there is the other one. Now I want to save that one, if I can at all possible, because I do have another Case tractor, right? So, now, yes. So this pump here, I don't know what happened, but anyway, it ruined the inside of the case. So now, when I showed you the video this morning of the Case tractor and the pump, and what was sticking out of the side of it is right in this area here. So right in here, I'll take this apart if I can here. Just bear with me for a minute. There we go. So right in there is a gasket. And in that video I showed, it's this piece of the gasket right here. Right here. That is sticking out the side of the case. Right there. So that gasket looks to be in good shape, so I am hoping that I can get that out of there. Get the pump out of the Case tractor 224 and put that gasket in the pump. Now it's not too hard to do that, I don't think. It's just 4 bolts and the pump comes apart. Oops, I'm not showing what I'm supposed to be showing here. Yeah, just 4 bolts. That's just 4 bolts here. Go through, holds the pump together, and shouldn't be but that's just, it shouldn't be, but I know the way I am. It shouldn't be hard to see if I can get that out of there. And it does have a raised, when I go across it like that, it's not flat with this. It does have a raised part in it there, so it should go into the other pump and reseal once I tighten it. Now, I don't know what the torque specs is on that, but I'm going to have to kind of guess at that. So, but what I am going to do is, that's one of the bolts that holds the pump together. And this is a grade 5 bolt, 1/4 inch. So I can kind of look up that on the internet to see what the torque spec is of that bolt, and then I can kind of guesstimate as to what I want to do for torque on that. Yeah, so anyway, this other pump, and there's the gears that are that were in this pump. So Amazing how those two little gears make so much flow and pressure, isn't it? In such a small little pump. It's only hand big. Anyway, she scored up the inside there on that one. Fairly bad. Whatever happened, so I guess maybe the bearings or the bushings wore out. Or something happened anyway, and then you can see it was rubbing there. So anyway, that's all right. So I'll just once I get the other one out, and that's going to be the problem, is to get it out. Working on the pump isn't too bad at all. It's getting the pump out of there is going to be the trouble. Anyway, we'll see what happens here. I'll try and get it out soon. It's still at my son's place, and he seems to think I can do it there, but I think I'd rather have it here because I have my own tools and I know where everything is at, and we'll have to see, I guess. It's kind of like working at a place where you're driving a service truck, which I did for many years. Then all of a sudden, you have to take somebody else's service truck. Well, you haven't got a clue where anything is or what they got or nothing, so it does make it quite difficult. I find anyway. So, son and I got all the metal that he had and all the metal I had in that bin over there, so that's good. And he moved ahead doing other things yesterday afternoon. He got his lean-to kind of switched around. He wanted to location of where he stores wood in the lean-to, so he's done all that, so that's pretty good. I may have to move the wood yet, but the wood holding part has changed. And the old black tuck that you might have seen in some videos that sits out in the back, I think it's an 1985 or an 86, and that's something that he bought 20 years ago. And that's something that we have to do, is get the registration changed from my name to his name, because he was too young at that point to register a vehicle. So anyway, he got the old truck running yesterday and drove it out of that spot, and there you go. It's been sitting there for 2 years. Never put any gas in it. Just started her up. It took a little while to get it going, but I mean, it started up and it drove out of there. So anyway, that's pretty good. It does have a miss in it, but I kind of think it's probably carbon related. And in my mind, it just needs a good run to get cleared out, because it just idles around the yard there some. And like I say, it has been running for, I think, 2 years. I think that's what he said. So anyway, that old truck kind of was fun to use. It's got a 302 4-barrel dual exhaust and headers on it, and she kind of moves right along and sounds kind of nice. And anyway, she's in pretty bad shape rust-wise now, and that's why it's not on the road. And I did ask them today when they were over, for all of a sudden I had to cook them all breakfast this morning for some reason. Anyway, we got talking, and I could say, well, what would it take to get the thing back on the road? Because I'd drive it if it was going. I'd be driving it now. He seems to think there's still too much wrong with it yet. So anyway, it was a fun old truck, I'll tell you that for it. Anyway, now let's get at the stickers, I guess. We'll see how long this video is going to be today. Holy cats, it's 24 minutes already. I'll have to do more editing, I guess, and kind of shorten it up if I can. Now, see if we can get the studio light to work here. Yeah, look at that. There we go. Oh, I haven't got my pointer, I guess. Don't have my pointer. See if we can find that. There we are, right there. So we'll go through the stickers here, and again, I have to apologize. I haven't been watching the videos, and I haven't been commenting. Oh, it's just busy, busy, busy. So, like I said, maybe by November 1st, when hibernation comes, I'll get back on track with that, I guess, hopefully. So, Gravy's Workshop, there's the first one we always do. And I get my camera set up here. Oh, it doesn't get out of there. That might help. Yeah, Gravy's Workshop. He's got a tiller there that he was using on last Friday's video. Still trying to fix up some of the stuff that Hurricane Fiona caused. That was 2.5 years ago. He's still got stuff down in wood, I guess, probably around, and he had some excavators come in and do some work for him, so he's got some ground that's got excavator tracks in it, and so he had the tiller out, trying to till up the ground to kind of just level the stuff out, and then he got chased into the house by the black flies. I guess the black flies are bad over that way. Holy cats, yeah. Not so bad here at the house here at home, and over at my son's place they're not too bad. But down at my daughter's place, holy cats, yeah, you can't even stay outside, I don't think, down there. Yeah, strange the difference in bugs in different locations. All right, so what else have we got here? Murphy's Mowers. Well, you should see what he got. It's 445 John Deere garden tractor with a loader, a number 40 loader. Well, that'd be some machine to have that, I'll tell you. Yes, sirree. Power steering and a little bit heavier than a garden tractor. It's in some cases they call them a super garden tractor. Yeah, nice tractor. I don't know if he's going to keep that and sell the wheel horse with the loader, and his wheel horse has got the same loader that I have on my case, 446. So that's hard to know what's going to go on there now. And then we have Len's keeping busy, and Len is always busy, that's for sure. And then we have Garden Tractor Boys. Another great video there. They were working on the gearbox for the Wheel Horse 706, and they're kind of on a time crunch. They got to have this thing back together and running for the show that they want to take it to. So I would say they will have it ready. So on the video yesterday and Saturday, they got all the gearbox all packed together. Quite a puzzle now to have it all apart and have it all sitting out, and then remember where everything goes. Yeah, that's quite a thing. Well, they did a great job. And then we have in the backyard with Dell. Dell is haven't seen much from Dell lately. Anyway, he's got shoulder troubles, I guess. So hopefully things are going along good for you, Dell. And then we have GBL here, the Old Church 5-acre homestead. And then we have Open Air Adventure. But like I said, Kenny has changed the name from Open Air Adventure to Firewood Adventure. So I think the new sticker looks the same, but this open air part is gone, and Firewood is wrote in there. And there's 2 chainsaws, one here and one there, I think. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he's sending me a new sticker, so wants me to put it over the top of that one. And then we have RCAF Polar Express Dave, and I looked at Dave's video this morning, and I said to myself, I'll get back to it. And then I looked at it again, and I said, I'll get back to it. I was trying to get through everybody's. Yeah, Yeah, I went by Dave's thing 2 or 3 times, looked at it, and I'll get to it, I'll get to it, I'll get to it. Of course, I didn't get to it yet. Anyway, I think it's on a trail camera or something, I think is what it is. Anyway, I'll get to it, Dave. Then we seen a real good one here from Maintenance with Mike. Mike is doing more landscaping around the spot and on a really steep grade, and had the tractor up on that grade doing some backhoe work, and well, he said it was quite a spot to be into. Anyway, great looking job so far, Mike. Hopefully we'll get to see the end result soon. And we have Lewis Mowers and Boats and Brock. And we have Retired for Life, and then we have Rick's Outdoors. Busy, busy people there. The great big wood them people have there. Unreal. There's going to be a little contest coming up, I think, he said. They have a round there that is 44 inches around. And what the contest is you're gonna have to guess how many pieces of split wood come out of that one round, and then you will be entered into a draw for a Rosie Cup. And I'll show you what a Rosie Cup is because I won one a while ago. There's the Rosie Cup right there. And we have Noel's Garden Tractors and Firewood. And he's just kind of chasing his tail, so running around circles wondering what to do first. Oh boy, things are breaking faster than I can fix them. So. Then we have Twin Brook Acres, Rick, Everyday Projects, Craig. Craig has got a small little generator. I guess it's something that he found somewhere, so he's going to see if he can get that from him. Then we have Gravely Man Small Engine Repair, Artie. Artie's still working away at those. So if you need information on that kind of a Gravely tractor, he's the man to go see or talk to. Outdoors in 608. I didn't get to see that video yet either. I think he was going to be splitting some elm wood, I think. Tucker and I out and about. Cod Raven. Where were they at? They were out for a hike, I think, or something, I think. Then we have Big Son's Lawn Care, and I'm sure Big Son's is still cutting grass. Allen Family Firewood. Busy, busy, busy at delivering bundles to their firewood stands. I don't know how many of them they have. Well, I think they have quite a few. Might be 5 or 6, I'm not sure. And they sell firewood to campgrounds and stuff too. So they're busy, busy, busy. They're just going around in circles, them two. And we had the Log Father. He's got another video out on milling, and I never got to see that yet. In my busy little shop, and we have Robert Little, expert leather maker and expert tool restorer. Darrell Wells, different stuff. Father and son outdoors. And Bradley's on Catbird Hill, and John was at his trying to clean up some dead ash trees, I think it is. So he's going to bring in somebody to get the trees down, and then he'll cut them up himself. And Gator's World. Gator was out looking around, I guess, the other day, and he's kind of amazed that there's no animals around. No deer tracks, there's no anything, and for some reason he hasn't seen any kind of an animal around while he's been at the cottage, so that's kind of strange. K&L Firewood, Ross on the Land, Larry Cluck Outdoors, Club Dora, and then Tractor Talk with Gary. So Gary's got a great channel going there, and big sticker. Look at the size of that sticker. Holy cats, it's probably 11 inches long. Yeah. So Gary's likes getting into the great big machinery and on the farms and driving around with them and showing what they do. And that is what Steve was doing today. Steve was in big machinery also, and also driving it and hauling kind of like a tillage machine behind this big tractor and a roller. So they were kind of ripping the grass out of the ground, I think, a little bit, and then rolling it back down. I'm not sure what for, but I think that's what it was about. So big stuff there. And we still haven't done anything with this one yet, Steve. I don't know if I ever will. Just depends if I need room or not. And we have a Adirondack woodsman, Jeff. It's always into splitting and cutting wood. So there we go. There's another sticker update there. So like I say, I'm apologizing again for not watching. And anyway, there's the fire. Not much fire going today, just a little bit just to keep the dampness off. All right, so have a great day wherever you're at and whatever you're doing, and we'll be chatting with you again soon.